Yo, like I always say, if you're not down with the bullshit and you're down with the real shit, like and subscribe. So Jussie, some call him Jussie Smollett, has been found guilty on 5 out of 6 charges. You know, there's a lot of people looking and saying, damn, man, why did he do that damn shit? What the fuck was all behind that? Some people asked or wondered, did Lee Daniels put him up to it? Some kind of way, some assistance or help that he's supposed to have got from Don Lemon. He's been, Don Lemon has come under some kind of scrutiny for whatever his involvement is with Jussie after he, did what he did. But the whole thing about it, some people would just wonder, damn, man, why did he do something like that? Like, he acted like he got assaulted by some black dudes early in the morning who had MAGA hats on while he was going to get something to eat at Subways. A lot of people say, Subways be open like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, what the fuck? Are you going out for a sandwich in Chicago? And it's freezing cold and a lot of people just like, what was all behind all this shit? Like, what the fuck? Well, who the fuck knows? I guess like as time go by, more and more things will come out. I think I supposedly heard the guys who were involved, the African dudes, talking about what kind of relationship they had with him and something about going to bath houses, and the guy said, but he's not gay, and guys who are heterosexual are not going to frequent places where gay people at. And that's just the truth. It doesn't have anything to do with being discriminate or, prejudice or anything like that. Well, discriminate maybe. But, as far as like prejudice, because discriminate is not a bad thing and it's not a bad word. But sometimes when people hear discrimination, there's different aspects and different forms of discrimination. Some are understandable and, just normal as far as like human preference. Others are wrong because it violates people's civil rights, But yo, man, when you sit up here and you give certain people leeway as far as being having certain privileges, consider them special groups, to where like they're not judged normally like regular people. What's the old saying? If you give an inch, they're gonna take a foot. You give a foot, they're gonna take a yard. Give a yard, they're gonna take a mile. So when you do that, you don't think that some people, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna take advantage of that. There's gonna be somebody gonna look at it and say, hey, I'm gay. I can do things with that because of how society has changed. Thank you, Barack Obama. And I could touch you. Who knows? Some guy might be thinking, I can touch you. I can touch a guy on the rear end. Is he gonna come under, the guidelines of, sexual assault, by doing that? Or is he gonna be excused because he's gay and he's just doing what gay people do? But some people might say, well, it's still wrong. Yeah, if he's violating somebody, he's touching somebody he don't want to be touched. Yeah, but if a guy hauls up and beat the shit out of him, you'll be saying that he did it because he was gay. So you'll turn around like he got assaulted, but there's people, if he turned around and beat the hell out of him, you say, oh, now he did that. That's gay bashing. So it'll get flipped around, And so let's say the gay guy is thinking that, like, I can do this and do that, get away with it, but if you dare put your hands on me, you're going to go to jail for 5 years and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't think there's some people, that's why you can't do things like that. We see women all the time. They're gays, women, they're especially with all this feminist type shit, they're all treated special. They're given leeway that other people are not. And everybody fucking knows that shit. That's why, you talk to guys, man. Guys can't even be regular guys anymore. It kills me when, like, somebody else said an incident happened where they got violated, disrespected, or mistreated, or wrongfully done in some kind of way. And somebody might say, oh man, if that had happened to me, I'd have did this. I would have did that. Or you should have did this. Or you should have did that. And then it's always somebody saying, yeah, but you know what happened if you do that? Shit, they can do this and that to you, and their society will let them get away with it. But if you basically try to do anything back to them, you're going to wind up in jail. You're going to lose your job. You're going to get like talked about all on different networks on social media, and they're going to basically, and that's fucked up that we live in a world where you got to live like that. It used to trip me out. Like sometimes you look at the Wendy Williams show, and she was always talking about, things are different now, and you can't talk like this now, and you can't say this now, and we're not going back. Things are not going back, like this. And everybody's just succumbing to, this whole indoctrination into certain forms of ideology and beliefs and shit that violate civil rights for some people, and then gives special treatment to others. And people are like, that's just the way it is. Like, no, fuck that, because, in society, somebody gonna get tired of that fucking shit. They're gonna be like, fuck that. That's why sometimes you have these people they call so-called radicals, and, they just put these names on them because they want people to let that sink in their head that this is bad, this is wrong, this is awful, this is against society, inhumane, this, that, if you act in this way. But sometimes, you got to think there's people out there the same way, like I said. Just like I said, you don't think that if you give certain groups and certain people special treatment, they're not going to take advantage. In the same way, if you keep doing people wrong and mistreating them and disrespecting them and making laws that favor one group of people and are unjust to another group of people, somebody is going to just say, fuck this, I don't give a damn. And somebody going to get hurt. Somebody going to get fucked up some kind of way, because they're going to look at it like, man, the government turning on us. These corporations are doing this. These people doing this shit is wrong. We can't sit back. They're going to be like, we got to send a message. That person might just say, shit, man, they might kill me. Hey, man, I might do this and shit, maybe I will go do fucking 25 years. But if they felt justified in it and say, hey, I'll be the sacrifice for humanity to make things right, then, shit, I'll be looked at as a martyr. And some people, you don't think there's some people that like that, like the criminals. Like you see these guys, Charles Manson, forgot that guy's name. Ted Bundy, yeah. Ted Bundy, the B2K killer, Jeffrey Dahmer. They do all these crazy things, and they get caught in the limelight. These dudes still are etched in the mind, and also written about in books. Etched in the mind of people. Written about in books, magazines. These guys are part of history. Charles Manson, there will all be this reflection upon the things that he fucking did. So when I say that to say that, there's a lot of criminals, a lot of crazy people. People do things, and they're like, yo, but I'm famous. Or maybe I'm both famous and infamous. But you don't think that some people will just say, shit, I can use this shit that they're doing to society, knowing that a lot of people want this shit to stop. I'm going to do something. And people are going to give me credit and respect me and love me for being the one person that stood up against those people who doing all this injustice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Martin Luther King's dead. Yeah, Malcolm X is dead. Yeah, Tupac is dead. Yeah, Robert Kennedy's dead. John Kennedy is dead. Yeah, they're all dead. But those guys are, shit, even after death, all still talked about, to this day. People who died like fucking, 60 years ago, 70 years. Hell, every once in a while you talk about George Washington, right? He's a part of history. Going all the way back to fucking 200 and some years ago, right? So there's some people might get the bright idea, fuck this injustice, I'm going to do. I say that to say society makes those people. by the wrongs that they do. Now, I'm not talking about the people who just say, I'm just going to do some crazy shit just for the hell of it. You might like say, well, that's a poor example. You're bringing up criminals and people will just kill people. I'm just saying, in the same aspect of how the criminals relish in the infamy that makes them famous, martyrs who do what they think for justice and for the better good of the people have the same kind of parallel mentality. You know, if I go down, at least the only difference is I'm going down for a good cause. You know, that's what now it might be subjective, might be a matter of opinion, but I'm saying that's what they could be thinking and shit. And now some of you might be thinking, like, aren't you getting way off topic? Like, I thought you were talking about what happened with Jussie Smollett and whatever. Well, you know, it's just a thing of people ask the question, what the hell's wrong and why did he do that shit? I mean, here he was, Empire, as great as the show that it was. And his antics, you know, led to that show being canceled. The show wasn't the same anymore after he did that shit. I mean, a successful hit running show. He fucked up shit for whatever his own damn personal thing that he was doing or what he wished to get out of it. He fucked it up for the other actors. He fucked it up for the other actors on that show. Now, I'm pretty sure Terrence Howard, Taraji P. Henson, Nicole Parker, Nicole R.E. Parker, the different people who were guest stars at different points in time, and you know, I know, like with them, they, you know, most likely will still get work. That's, you know, because they were famous before this show. They did things other, you know, before this. But what about those that maybe just got their start on that? Oh, that was the biggest thing they ever did. That's all been fucked off now because of his antics. And, you know, if Lee Daniels had any damn thing to do with that shit, that had to do with more so bringing a light or shining a light on gay people or some gay cause. So basically what I'm saying is, you took some kind of political stance or view or something where you evoked this whole thing of happening from some conversation or some idea where you involved Jussie Smollett and he went along with it. You know, that's, you know, I don't know, but that's some fucked up shit. That was some crazy shit. It didn't make no sense. And whoever or whatever's behind all this shit, it was just totally fucking senseless, man. I mean, you look at these stars, what the fuck is wrong? How can you already, you know, some people, like they say, don't even know when they're winning. They don't even know when they're winning. And they'll do something to fuck it up. And then they'll look back and be like, damn, well, I didn't mean for this to happen. Like, doing too much, man. Doing too much. But, shit, man, I mean, I know there was those that was thinking, honestly, they probably not going to convict him because he's gay. See, you see what I'm saying? Now, if he was wrong and he broke the law, in this day and age, if you want to be right, we got to hold everybody accountable. Everybody, not just who the fuck we want to. Just like in the R. Kelly case. You know, it's fucked up that all those people who've been around R. Kelly for 30 years, you know there's a lot of people that deal with him up close and personal, his own business people, other entertainers that knew he was messing around with underage girls if they were underage, or, you know, whatever the going-ons was at his studio or whatever. There's people who been knew this. So, you know, if it was so bad, it was so wrong, or if it was against the law, why didn't anybody say anything? Why wait till all these years, and then now let's get him? You know? It's like if he's going to jail, everybody who was complicit in what he was doing and what guys are, and there's a bunch of young girls and this and that, Dudes know how that shit go. And you around the studio, you supposed to be doing a song, you and your boys, your entourage, and you in the studio with R. Kelly and everything. And you looking like, damn, man, who's baby? God damn, that little bro. Shit. Who is it? You know, he probably sitting there, hey, man, you want that? Shit, man, I'm about to take young girl. Yeah, man, go on and holler at that, man. Go on. You think that nobody was there doing nothing? He was the only one? God, come on, guys. Y'all know. When it's on the line, it's on the line. And you got a chance to get it. A lot of dudes, they gonna get it. Now, I'm not saying that for all guys, but we know come on, man. We know them partners of ours that we got that don't really get that much play. And you put it on the platform, shit, he ain't had none probably a year. He don't have any game. He ain't got no looks or whatever, shit like that. But if it's right there and you put everything to him on the platform, hey, man, man, you know those guys that get in and get some from girls based upon having a partner that's, you know, that a lot of girls like, or he's the man, he got some clout or whatever. And a lot of guys, you know, hook up with girls because of, you know, who this dude friends with. So you got to imagine there was some other people that was there with R. Kelly, and he's the only one going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So shit, man. I mean, but sometimes the laws of justice, they say like how it's supposed to be balanced. Well, sometimes y'all that think y'all so special, that think that you can't be touched, that think you above the law, that think that you know, hey, you cannot be judged and everything. Sometimes, as far as the scales of justice being leveled, you guys, you special people, y'all pay the price like everybody else. Every dog got his day. When that happens, at least for a moment, might not be consistent, but at least for a moment at that point in time, the scales of justice are balanced. Peace.